Emily Carter laughed softly as she stirred her coffee, but there was no warmth in it. The cafe in downtown Chicago was busy that morning, laptops open, cups clinking, people rushing through lives they barely understood. Emily leaned closer to her friend Sarah and lowered her voice, or at least she thought she did. "I swear, Mark is so small," she said, rolling her eyes. "Small dreams, small ambition. I don't even know why I married him sometimes." Sarah hesitated. "Emily, that's kind of harsh." Emily shrugged. "I'm just being honest. He's replaceable. Any man could do what he does." Just a few feet away, behind a tall wooden shelf stacked with books and plants, Mark Carter stood frozen. He hadn't meant to eavesdrop. He had come to surprise his wife with her favorite blueberry muffin before heading to work. Instead, he heard every word. Replaceable. The word echoed louder than the espresso machine, louder than the city outside. Mark felt his chest tighten, but his face stayed calm. Years as a firefighter had trained him well. Control your breathing, don't panic, even when everything inside is burning. He quietly set the muffin on a nearby table and walked out. Mark and Emily hadn't always been this way. They met 10 years earlier in Ohio, both young, both hopeful. Emily dreamed of a big life, fashion, travel, recognition. Mark dreamed of stability, service, and family. When he became a firefighter, Emily was proud. She told everyone her husband ran toward danger while others ran away. But pride slowly turned into impatience. Mark worked long shifts. Missed dinners. Missed parties. Missed conversations. He came home exhausted, smelling of smoke and ash, carrying things he never talked about, screams, losses, moments where he arrived just seconds too late. Emily saw silence. Mark was carrying survival. That night, Mark didn't mention the cafe. He cooked dinner quietly, helped their 8-year-old son Lucas with homework, and tucked him into bed. Lucas hugged him tightly. "Dad, are you working tomorrow?" Mark smiled. "Yeah, buddy. Early shift." "Be careful," Lucas whispered. "I always am." Emily barely looked up from her phone. 2 weeks later, everything changed. At 3:17 a.m., Mark's unit was dispatched to a warehouse fire on the south side of the city. Reports said there might be people trapped inside. Flames climbed the building like something alive. Inside, visibility was nearly zero. Mark heard a faint sound, a cough, weak but real. He followed it, crawling through heat that felt like it could peel skin from bone. He found a young man pinned under fallen debris. As Mark tried to lift it, the ceiling groaned. His radio crackled. "Evacuate now." Mark hesitated for half a second. Then the ceiling collapsed. Emily woke up to her phone ringing. Unknown number. "Mrs. Carter," a calm voice asked. "This is Captain Reynolds from Chicago Fire Department." Her heart dropped before he said another word. "There's been an incident. Your husband is alive, but he's been seriously injured." Emily drove to the hospital in silence, her hands shaking on the steering wheel. The words from the cafe replayed in her mind, sharper now, crueler. Replaceable. Small. She found Mark in the ICU, unconscious, wrapped in tubes and bandages. A doctor explained that Mark had severe internal injuries, burns, and possible long-term complications. He had saved a life, but his own would never be the same. Emily sat beside him and finally saw what she had refused to see for years. The scars on his hands. The exhaustion carved into his face. The quiet strength that never asked for applause. She cried until there were no tears left. When Mark woke up days later, Emily was there, holding his hand. "You heard me," he said softly, not opening his eyes. Emily froze. "What?" "The cafe," Mark continued. I heard everything. Silence filled the room. I didn't mean, Emily started, then stopped. For the first time in her life, excuses felt useless. I was cruel, she said. And I was wrong. Mark finally looked at her. His voice was calm, but honest. You don't hurt someone by saying they're useless. You hurt them by saying they don't matter. Emily broke down. You matter. You always did. I was too blind to see it. Recovery was slow. Mark couldn't return to firefighting. His identity, his purpose, felt stripped away. He struggled with depression, with feeling like he had become exactly what Emily once accused him of being. But something unexpected happened. Mark began volunteering at a fire safety education center, teaching kids about emergencies. He shared stories, not of heroism, but of responsibility, teamwork, and courage. Parents listened. Kids looked up to him. Emily watched from the back of the room one day as a little boy asked Mark, "Are you a hero?" Mark smiled gently. "No," he said. "I'm just someone who showed up." Emily understood then. Greatness isn't loud. Strength isn't flashy. And love isn't about replacing, it's about recognizing. Months later, Emily spoke at a community event honoring first responders. Her voice trembled, but her words were clear. "I once spoke cruelly about a man who saved lives quietly," she said. "I thought success looked one way. I was wrong. True worth is measured by who you are when no one is watching." She looked at Mark in the crowd. And some people don't need to be loud to be irreplaceable. If this story moved you even a little, please like this video and subscribe to the channel.